What's up, everyone? Josh or Miho here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I'm here today to begin my rundown of some of the best metal releases of 2012, and I'm going to go ahead and get started with my personal favorites list. This is going to be a list of 10 releases that I really enjoyed this year, but I personally feel they don't need to be on any sort of best of list of any kind. These are just albums that I just get personal enjoyment from, and pretty much albums that I will be talking about for a long time to come. And these are in alphabetical order. And the first album I'm going to get started with is Contaminating the Hive Mind by Abnormality. This is an incredible debut when it comes to brutal death metal because they came out with an EP a couple of years ago, really made some noise in the underground brutal death metal scene, but with time, they've decided to step things up a little bit when it comes to both the music, the songwriting, and the lyrics. And that's one of the many things that caught my attention about this release was the fact that it had such attention to detail in the lyrics. This is far from your average kind of brutal death metal. It's not about blood, guts, and gore and torture and all that. The lyrics are far more well thought out and intelligent than you might think. And that's something that really makes the listener want to pay attention to a band like Abnormality. Not to mention the technical prowess that's on this record is just absolutely amazing. I love the musicianship. I love how crushing some of the riffs are. Malika's vocals are just absolutely amazing. She's an amazing singer. And I really look forward to seeing what the next steps for this band and whatever else she's involved in take, because she's really awesome. So Abnormality is a band you should definitely be paying attention to within the coming years, because they're going to be continue to make a lot of noise. The next album on my list is Aeon's Black by Aeon on Metal Blade Records. I reviewed this not too long ago, and when I finally bought this, it really set into me how awesome I feel this record is, because I've said it before and I'll say it again. I consider Aeon to be Sweden's answer to Deicide. Pretty much a lot of groove, a lot of grit, a little bit of technicality here and there, but it's just pure, straight up blasphemous death metal. And these Swedes know exactly what they're doing. This is by far their most intelligent, epic, and most thought out release yet. I mean, it's what you would expect from an Aeon release, but it seems they've stepped things up a lot musically. A lot more great grooves, a lot more awesome riffs, and Dahlstrom is just an awesome vocalist. A lot more pissed off and a lot more raged than previous releases. This is a really solid piece of Swedish death metal. If you're into Deicide or Vital Remains, Aeon are an awesome band to check out. I definitely recommend you give them a chance. The next album on my list is something that really took me by surprise. I saw this band get a lot of attention by way of Infidel Amsterdam, and when I found out they were coming out with a brand new album, I wanted to give it a try. And that album is Cytotoxin's Radiophobia on Unique Leader Records. From the minute you hear the opening riffs on Survival Matrix all the way to the very closing moments of this record, you're going to get a lot of insanity and craziness. This is an album that merges brutal death metal with technical death metal, and it does so in a way that really entertains you and makes you want to listen. I mean, the musicianship and songwriting here are just absolutely top notch. Very surprising for a release of this kind. And when you blend in a lot of the slam and groove parts to the guttural, undecipherable vocals to the intelligent lyrical content, you realize Cytotoxin are going to be a band to a force to be reckoned with. And Radiophobia is an absolute monster of a sophomore album, far better than what they've released previously. And I look forward to hearing what they do next. Hopefully, this will be the continued step in the right direction. It just sounds absolutely phenomenal. The next album on my list is an album that I listened to towards the beginning of the year. This was one of the very first metal releases that I listened to, and as this year closes, this album continues to get much better as time goes by, and I'm talking about Horrendous The Chills on Dark Descent Records. Dark Descent Records has had an absolutely fantastic year, and you're going to be seeing a lot more Dark Descent titles coming up within the next week or so when it comes to these countdown lists. But Horrendous was the first metal release that I listened to in 2012, and it's still one of the best. It's very much a tribute to old school death metal. So much power coming from a trio. I mean, traces of death, asphyx, obituary, some dismember thrown in there. Just a lot of great, amazing influences with this band. I love the riffs. I love the vocals. I just love the old school values and vibes that this band has. And I'm really stoked for this band's future. I'm really hoping that they continue to make some excellent death metal like this. Um, Next on my list is a band that I've really fallen in love with throughout the years. Pretty much diverse to the point where they don't even need a genre tag. And I'm talking about Horseback and their newest release, Half Blood, on Relapse Records. Jenks Miller is an amazing musician and probably one of the most intelligent songwriters this this little underground metal industry has. I mean, just a lot of thought and detail within the music, just amazing vocals, amazing lyrics, but the music itself is just absolutely a joy to listen to. So many different influences from like krautrock, post rock, shoegaze, noise. It would be hard pressed to even consider something like this metal, but still, Horseback know what they're doing. Jenks Miller knows exactly what he's doing, and he delivers probably the best release that he's probably put out under the Horseback name. It's just absolutely beautiful, it's breathtaking, and definitely something that you shouldn't overlook. Horseback are absolutely amazing. Definite support for this band. Next on my list is probably one of my absolute favorite releases when it comes to the thrash style of music, and I'm talking about Enzit Metropolis by Catsir. Creator are not the only Germans to come out with some high quality thrash metal this year. Catsir released something absolutely phenomenal and epic. The reason I say it's so epic is because of the way some of the song structuring is. It's only 8 tracks, but some of these song lengths are just absolutely flooring. Like the closing track of this album, He Who Stands Behind the Rose. That's just an absolutely beautiful, well thought out song. But beneath some of the song structuring lies some incredible music. The thrash parts on this record are just amazing. Some of the more black metal influenced parts are just absolutely amazing. Great drum work, awesome riffs, very crazed high pitched vocals. I just love everything Catsir has going for it, and definitely one of the best pieces of pure black and thrash you'll hear in 2012. Awesome, awesome album. Total support for this band. Next on my list is an album that will just take your breath away from the minute you see the artwork. And once you get past the artwork, you're going to get some incredible sludge metal. And I'm talking about Lord Mantis with Perverter on Candlelight Records. This is an absolute monster of a record. Just the song structuring, the lyrics, the riffs, the slow-paced nature of some of the songs, but it's music that absolutely holds your attention through and through, and it's just absolutely stunning what's going on here. I love the way the vocals are delivered, just that pure, raw, evil rasp in the vocals. It's just absolutely amazing. And also, again, the Justin Bartlett artwork is just absolutely superior. It definitely blends in and gives this album a much needed story and structure. It's a great piece of sludge metal, a little bit of that blackened edge thrown in there. It's just amazing. Next on my list is probably one of my favorite releases from the grindcore realms, and I'm talking about p.o.o.r, Point of Our Resistance with Extinction of Trust. This is absolutely awesome. If you're a fan of Catheter or Phobia or Regurgitate, this is a band that definitely blends grindcore with death metal, hardcore, and many other great elements. It's 24 tracks long, but yet it flies by really good. A lot of great pacing with the songs, awesome riffs, great drum work, fast blast beats throughout. It's a very well structured piece of grindcore and definitely one of the best as far as grindcore is concerned in 2012. Um, Next on my list is An album that I was recently introduced to by some good friends of mine, and I bought this directly from the band. And if you haven't heard this yet, this is something that you definitely need to listen to. And I'm talking about Serpent Noir, Seeing Through the Shadow Consciousness, Open Up the Shelves. If you're not too familiar with Serpent Noir, it's basically Grecian-based black metal featuring members from bands like Embrace of Thorns and a little bit of that Swedish influence with one of the members from Offermod. The music here is just absolutely peaceful, but yet it's occultist, it's atmospheric, it's dark, it's moody, but yet there is a lot of intelligent musicianship going on in this record. It's just absolutely beautiful, the stories that are being weaved on this record. It's just absolutely amazing and pretty much a near masterpiece in my view. I'm very happy that I got a chance to hear this record because I know that before the year's end we're going to be leaving out titles. We might be forgetting something. Everybody's going to be forgetting something, but Serpent Noir is something that I'm not going to be forgetting anytime soon. This is an awesome record, and if you're into black metal, atmospheric black metal, or just black metal with that that almost Middle Eastern type of vibe going on, Serpent Noir is the band for you. And the last album on my list isn't so much an album, but a compilation. And honestly, this is one of the best compilation records to be released in 2012. I mentioned Dark Descent earlier with the Horrendous release. This is another album to definitely give your love to. If you own this album, great. If not, you need to find this somehow, some way, or even wait till it's available on 2LP vinyl. I'm talking about the Time Ghoul 1992-1994 discography. This is death metal ahead of its time. Just absolutely amazing, stunning, futuristic death metal. Like I said, it's way ahead of its time. And honestly, if Time Ghoul were around now, there would be more of a chance for this band to cement the legacy that they've already created. I mean, the two demos that they've created, Tumultuous Travelings and Panoramic Twilight, are just absolutely amazing. And they're all on this compilation package. It sounds great. It's absolutely amazing. The the packaging, the Mark Riddick artwork, the lyrics for both of the demos on here, it's just really, really amazing. And find this however you're able to, hear this however you're able to. There's going to be a vinyl of this coming out shortly, and I'm looking forward to buying it when it comes out. So these are some of the personal favorite releases of mine in 2012. Next video will most likely be my favorite EP split and demo of this year, followed by the official top 20, my official top 20 of 2012. So thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Armijo out.